March 19, 2018 6:09 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time March 19, 2018 6:08 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time UMBC wasn't alone in creating memorable March Madness moments. Watch NCAABNCAA Basketball with fuboTV. Hi there, college basketball fans! Had a chance to catch your breath yet? That was, without a doubt, one of the most chaotic and entertaining opening weekends in NCAA Tournament history. Historic upsets, historic comebacks, buzzer beaters, jaw-dropping dunks, you name it, we saw it over the past 4 days. Let's take a look back at the best 16 moments as we head into the Sweet 16. Just for fun, we'll try to rank those moments, top the 16th of March Madness moments. So far, 16. UMBC's run-ins need to know. Spoiler alert, this isn't the only time UMBC makes the list. The Retrievers, and their Twitter account, captured America's hearts by becoming the first 16 seed to ever knock off a number 1 seed. Even though they didn't sleep much after beating Virginia, and even though most of their waking moments were spent doing interviews, and even though the shots just weren't falling in the second round against Kansas State, UMBC still only trailed by 3 points as the clock rolled under 2 minutes in that second game. The magic moment everyone waited for never materialized, though, and the Retrievers' run ended. Tiger-on-Tiger violence need to know, most years, and no. 4 seed losing by 31 points after trailing by as many as 41 would qualify as a top 3 most stunning second-round moment. Not so much this year. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't marvel at what Clemson accomplished on Sunday evening. Auburn, the number 1 seed in the SEC tournament, that league sent 8 teams to the NCAA tournament, remember, couldn't do much of anything against Clemson's defense. Auburn shot 18.2% in the first half and 33.3% in the second half, and this one was never competitive after Clemson rattled off a 25-4 first-half run. The final score, 84-53. Clemson is on a 41-9 run. Fearful face, fearful face, fearful face. The Thundering Herd, indeed, need to know. Wichita State had all the pieces necessary for a deep NCAA tournament run, an elite point guard, good outside shooters, a stable of big men and a coach with a history of March success. On the other hand, Marshall had never won an NCAA tournament game. So, of course, it was the Thundering Herd that made all the biggest plays down the stretch, outscoring Wichita State 11-6 to close the game and finish off an 81-75 victory behind 27 points from John Elmore, 13. Ugly upsets are still upsets need to know. This wasn't a pretty contest. In fact, let's just say it, this was ugly. But it's still an 11 seed that was relegated to first 4 status, knocking off a no. 3 seed that was expected by many to reach the Final Four, 12. Wolfpack comeback, Part 1 need to know. Who knew this amazing comeback wouldn't even be Nevada's biggest comeback of the NCAA tournament? More on that in a moment, though. In this one, 10-seed Texas took a 12-10 lead and led the rest of regulation, by as many as 14 points, until the Wolfpack tied the game with 0:03 left on the clock. And then Texas jumped out to a quick 4-point lead in overtime, but you know Nevada was undaunted. The Wolfpack rattled off a 10-2 run and wound up with the 87-83 victory. Nevada couldn't miss an OT fire. Alley-oop magic need to know. How many times have we seen, late in games, teams fail to execute when they really need a bucket? Bad passes, poor shot selection, mental errors in the biggest moments. Well, number 3 seed Texas Tech did the exact opposite of that, and it was beautiful. Holding on to a 3-point lead as the clock rolled under a minute left against no. 6 seed Florida, point guard Keenan Evans split 2 Gators defenders at the top of the key and started to drive the lane. 3 more Florida defenders rushed Evans, who lobbed the ball up to a suddenly wide-open Zaire Smith for an emphatic alley-oop to put the Red Raiders up by 5. Zaire taking airplane. From the opener, are you serious, Zaire Smith? Flushed. Decoded dagger need to know. With big man Isaac Haas on the sidelines with a busted elbow, the Boilermakers were in the midst of a full-scale meltdown. 3 consecutive possessions had ended in bracket-busting turnovers, mind-boggling mistakes that had Purdue fans going crazy as Butler trimmed the deficit from 8 points to just 2 with less than 30 seconds left on the clock. But after Butler's Kellen Martin